Well, hello there. Good evening, everybody. It's Jamie here. In case you didn't realize, it tells you right there as well. Not over there. That's Mickey. That's Mickey. That's my brother. It tells you right there who it is. And welcome to our Monday Night Live right here, right now in the land of amazing Stoke, where dreams really do come true. How do I know this? Because it just appeared. Look, little shot. And also, this bottle just appeared. I don't know where these things come from. So, by the way, your countdown was rubbish. It was rubbish. It took you about 3 minutes to count from 10 to 1. What's going on? Do you need to go back to school? Bit of numeracy here or there? Anyway, I'm going to start this evening with a little cheers to you all. I'm back. It's been a couple of weeks since I've seen you all. Sorry, but that was quite high pitched, wasn't it? Bit of cheeky vodka. Put a little bit too much in there. I thought I was going to play like a drinking game with you all tonight, but I'm not sure if you've all got drinks to hand. I was going to say every time I say the word darling, that you have to tell me to take a shot or something. Would that work? Would that work? I could be wrecked by the end of it, couldn't I? Anyway, cheers to you all. Let's hope this doesn't burn as it goes down. Always makes me nervous doing this bit. Oh, that smells strong. Ready, steady. Oh, that burns. Cheers, everybody. So, notwithstanding the word darling I'm about to say now, if I say the word darlings, then you can pop something in the chat to tell me I need to take another shot, okay? I'm banning the word darling tonight as from now. So anyway, welcome. If you're new to this, you're probably thinking, what the hell's going on? Who is this? So this is our Monday Night Live where we chew the cruise and travel fat for around about an hour or as long as it takes, actually, depending on how many questions you pose a little bit later in the show. And I'm calling it a show because that's what you call it. I've never called it a show up until the last month or so. Don't post your questions yet or shout outs if you've got them because I won't necessarily see them. Normally we have about 700 questions or comments in any given live. Okay, so I'm not a miracle worker. I will get to them when it's time. Okay, don't do it yet, otherwise you get in trouble. Some of you know this. You absolutely know this. So tonight, yes, talking the cruise and travel fat, chewing the fat, a bit of cheekiness thrown in for good measure as well. We always do that. Most of you are cheekier than I am these days, so that's good. We're in good company together, aren't we? I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Cunard Queen Anne grand ceremony and naming ceremony from the fantastic city of Liverpool that took place today and has caused a little bit of controversy as always. Yes, I'm rolling my eyes already about that. I'm going to talk as well a little bit about my week off in Spain. Got back. When did I get back? Saturday? Yeah, it was a nice week. I'll talk to you about it later. And also my time at the Barhead Travel and Virgin Voyages event, which feels like a long time ago now. I didn't get to talk to you about it properly because IT was playing up, if you remember rightly. And you might be thinking, oh, the quality's not as good today. A bit grainy. It's not me. It's not my aging. I'm not using the external cam, which I think may have caused some of the issues. Maybe. If I disappear, though, Madame. Oh, I didn't say the whole word. I didn't. You can't get me for that one. If I disappear anywhere, my loves, I'm sorry. If that happens, I've got something else in store for the next time. It's called scrap this laptop and start again with a new one. Okay. I'm also going to talk a little bit about a new cruise I've got booked. We've got our usual standing items of I know him so well and on someone's telly somewhere. Of course we have. They are now world famous, are they not? Or maybe not actually. Let's hope the IT holds out for us. It's going to be a great evening together. And let's start, as always, with a Regal check-in. Those of you new at this stage, I always ask how you all are, and you are going to pop your number in the chat. 0 meaning you need immediate attention from somebody in this group now who will reach out to you, check in on you, and make sure you're okay. All the way up to a 10, meaning you're shining bright like a diamond or something like that. I would say I'm at about, oh gosh, yeah, I'm kind of similar to a lot of you at the moment, about a 7. Busy as always, back to school tomorrow. 24 school working days left for me until, you know what, full-time vlogging, etc. Oh, my year 11s have got their final Spanish listening and reading exams tomorrow. So I want to wish them all well. Make sure you are ending this stream now if you're on here, any of you lot, and get revising that vocab. I gave you about 3,000 words to learn. Make sure you're doing that. I don't want you on here. Go and revise. Go and do your revision, please. I'll see you at 8 in the morning if you are here. 8 a.m. for a little revision session from Mr. R. I'm not bringing any food or drink. You bring all that for me. I've been the long-suffering teacher for 5 years. You bring it in now, okay? Yeah, you know it makes sense. So good luck to all year 11s tomorrow doing the Spanish exam. You might remember as well, the last time we met, I was telling you about what little baby Shadow, my little beloved Shadow, wasn't very well. And I said I didn't think she was going to last too much longer. Well, she did pass away a few days later, but she had cuddles and kisses, and she was still kissing us all the way right up to the end. God bless her. And she's always here. Of course she is. But thank you to those of you who were asking after her. Bless her. Anyway, before we go any further, please do give this video, this vlog, this live, a cheeky little like, otherwise known as a thumbs up here. Where are your thumbs? Where are they? Up there? I don't mean in the chat. I mean the actual physical thumbs up, because we always have to get 300. Otherwise, my OCD kicks in and I'll be on this all night. My lovers, I haven't said it yet. Oh my God. Don't forget we can follow each other as well on Facebook. Yeah, Jamie W. Don't forget the William. Jamie W. Robbins. Come on over to the dark side. I've got thousands and thousands and thousands of pictures for you to have a perv at. I might do a bit of perving back, of course, so mind what you're putting up there. I'm also on X, Threads, Instagram at Travelblog Jamie. Of course, patreon.com/Travelblog Jamie. 5 tiers to choose from. There's now over 300 of you. It's cray. When I bought the postcards, my tiers 4s and 5s in Spain, they thought I had lost the plot. They were like, "You're not really buying that many." I'm like, "I am." Are you going to write them all out? Yes. They didn't say it like that because, of course, they're Spanish, so saying it in Spanish. You understand this, don't you? And I was responding in Espanol because that's what you do when you're in Spain and you speak Spanish to Spanish people. Come on over to Patreon if you'd like to. We've got a meet in Southampton later this year as well. And I'm on cameo.com/Travelblog Jamie as well for your personalized messages for you, your loved ones, people you don't like. I'll do anything you want, okay? Anything you want. So yes, I'm around on all the different areas. Please come and say hello. Anyway, first item of this evening is #I know him so well. And this is where I ask you a very taxing question or two, and you pop your answers in the chat. And you know I'm going to ask you, don't you? Please tell me. What are you going to win if you're the first person with the correct answer? What you're going to win? I'll wait for the answer. Thank you, Chris. Chris C, look at that. A lifetime of prestige. Gosh, you know me so well. That's why it's called that. Oh my God. That's why it's actually called that. #I know him so well. So I actually asked you this question on the last live before P&O and Malif joined forces to cut me off. So we never got to the answers, okay? So think back a few weeks. So 3 weeks ago, Matthew and I booked a cruise. I know, imagine us booking a cruise. But which cruise line and which cruise ship, okay? I shall repeat that for those of you who, like me, are hard of hearing. 3 weeks ago, Matthew and I booked a cruise, but which cruise ship, which cruise line? And let's see who is going to win the Lifetime Award of Prestige. It's important, folks. It really is. And whilst you're doing that, by the way, I can see answers coming already. Someone said, where are the bubbles? I haven't got bubbles, my love. I was going to say my I've got Belvedere vodka from Yacht Club on MSC, and I'm only taking more shots if I accidentally say the word da. Okay, and so far I'm doing a bang up job of not saying it. Okay, I don't know why I'm not saying it tonight. I just don't feel like saying it. Okay, I think I oversay it. Listen, I also wanted to just talk a little bit about plans for 2025. I am being asked constantly, when are you going to release your plans for 2025? And the answer is when I book them, when I book the trips or cruises. I haven't booked anything for 2025 yet. And that's partly because, well, this year is pretty chockers, although I have got an additional cruise to add to the list. Some of you have been saying, Jamie, there's this particular cruise line, it doesn't feature on your list. Why is that? And I have alluded to the fact that cruise line might appear at some point. So I will tell you about that when all is finalized. Okay, that sounds all very sort of mystical, mysterious, and whatever. But 2025, I have now got a list of, short list of some cruises and countries I want to visit. I just need to sort of visualize where it's all going in the year, spread it all out nicely, of course, and start booking. But I'm not one of these people that doesn't tell you about these things and only ever reveals anything on a live. You will be aware if you follow me on any of the other socials. I've got the whole list, the whole schedule of my trips for the remainder of the year, so you can see them. And you are important. You are. I promise you. Tell yourself. Say it out loud. I am important. You are important. I don't need to keep you hanging on, do I? No, not going to hang around like a pair of crusty old knickers or anything. Got to be careful what I say, haven't I? I'm so sorry. Yes, Ryan. Yes, you're important. That's right. Absolutely. Damn yes. Oh, and now I've got there. I think you should come on this with me. And if you're paying, I'll absolutely go on it with you. Anyway, did any of you see any of the Cunard Queen Anne naming ceremony? I think it came as quite a surprise that the expected godmother was indeed a godparent, namely the fabulous amazeball city of Liverpool. I love a bit of Liverpool, and I know lots of people in Liverpool and around the area who are just wonderful people. In recognition, I suppose, of the lasting links really between the city and Cunard itself. And on behalf of the city, this was also a surprise, 5 very distinguished ladies who were chosen to represent the city and officially named Queen Anne. I've made a note of the names so I don't forget any of them, because that would be terrible. I'm terrible with names. You see me at school, I'm like, I know a couple kids, and the rest of them I'm like, no, I just say senor, senorita, so that they don't think I'm being rude. So the 5 Liverpudlians, we've got the Spice Girl and author Mel C, broadcaster, community leader, and I hope I get the pronunciation of this right, Nagunan Adamu, and I apologize if I mispronounced that, restaurant entrepreneur as well in the locality, Natalie Hayward, Liverpool music guru Jane Casey, and British Olympian Katarina Johnson Thompson. So there you go. I made a note of those 5 because I didn't want to miss anybody out, because I would just get strung up for doing something like that. I really would. Now then, not everyone online is happy about this decision. No. Where's Princess Anne? Why isn't she here? Why isn't she naming blah, 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 yada, 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 yada. Maybe Princess Anne didn't want to be involved. Maybe she didn't want to be a godmother. Maybe she couldn't be bothered. Maybe she's at home doing her knitting, or maybe she's at home having a shot of Belvedere, my lovelies. I don't know. I think Cunard had put out a statement why the royal family aren't there. I don't know if any of that is true or not, but I've got to be honest. Or maybe she hates cruising. Maybe she absolutely hates cruising. It's absolutely possible, isn't it? I've got to be honest, I thought it was a breath of fresh air, actually, that I have a godparent and a city, a whole city load of people. I thought that was so far removed from tradition that Cunarders have come to expect. And I think it's really in line with this brand new ship as well. I think it's actually, in my humble opinion, I know not everyone's happy with it. I think it's perfect for the next step in Cunard's journey and launching out into this new territory with Queen Anne. I'm all for it. I like a bit of change actually now and then, and I had the best time on board that ship. I can't wait for my next 2 voyages on Queen Anne. I've got to be honest with you, I am happy about that. Speaking of which, Cunard, Queen Mary 2 is my next cruise voyage. I keep doing that. If you say Cunard and the word cruise, the Cunarders will come at you with their pitchforks and hunt you down. They will have you voyage. So I am so excited about this. There's less than 3 weeks now until I board Queen Mary 2 from smelly old Southampton and voyage westbound transatlantic to New York. It will take 6 nights to get there. I'm very, very happy that some of my patrons will be on board. So we've arranged to meet up for drinks and dinner a lot. And when I arrive into New York, I'll have a transfer from the pier to the Hilton Midtown Hotel, which is a really good central location. And I'll be meeting another of my patrons who lives nearby, taking her for pizza in my favorite pizza joint, Angelo's, which is just to the south of Central Park. It's just fabulous there. And then I'm going to explore my arse off. That sounds bad, doesn't it? You know what I mean. I'm going to do a lot of exploring. And yes, I am doing a lot of vlogging on that particular voyage. So very happy about that. Now then, alongside that, can we quickly move on someone's telly somewhere? Because as a part of this voyage, there are 2 formal nights. One is a red and gold night. So I've got the perfect hot pants for that and bow tie. Don't need anything else, do I? Won't upset anyone, will I? Won't be any Cunards out there upset me, will there? That'll be all right. The other night is the masquerade ball, and it just so happens this afternoon my mask has arrived, and I thought that would be the perfect time for us to do on someone's telly somewhere. So if you're not familiar with on someone's telly somewhere, I came up with this idea because some of you evil people out there would take terrible sort of screenshots of me when I'm playing the worst faces you can imagine, and you splatter them all over the interwebbery trickery thing. Which is very cruel of you. So now I stroke a pose, and I hold the pose for about 5 seconds to give you a chance to take your screenshot snapshots, and then you can plaster me anywhere you want. Just tag me so I know where I am. So my mask, are you ready for this? I'm actually very excited about this mask. I really am. Okay, no taking any pictures yet. Okay, I need to put it into place. That in place, nearly. Right, I'm not going to do the straps up yet. Okay, but thankfully my patrons will be on board to do that. So I'm going kind of like sort of phantom for this masquerade, and I don't care what anyone thinks. Right, you ready for the countdown? I'm going to hold it for now. I'm sorry about that. 3, 2, 1. There you go. You've got your pictures now. You can splatter me anywhere you want. I don't mind. I look forward to seeing those after the show. Oh my goodness gracious me. Can you imagine what that one's going to look like? Imagine me in that though, with my suit, nice dark suit I'm going to wear, my bow tie, my little dicky bow and all. I think it could work. I do. And yes, you're damn right I'll be singing that song from the show all night. So I'm sure that will be a fantastic vlog to look forward to. Barhead Travel and Virgin Voyages event in Southampton. Well, I was very kindly #ad, #PR event, #bloody hell, what should I hashtag? Very kindly invited by Barhead Travel to that event in Southampton. It was largely for travel agents, actually. They took over the upstairs part of a club, a bar, did it very nicely. And I wore my best tropical shirt. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that picture? Can you see that? just sort of sums up my evening, really. So it was mainly for travel agents, and basically representatives from Barhead Travel and Virgin Voyages were there doing a short presentation about what makes Virgin Voyages so unique. I already know what makes them unique because I've sailed with them, and this will link into I know him so well, and the answer to that shortly. So it was such a fun night. There were plenty of drinks flowing and bubbles, and you had little tickets, little vouchers to go and exchange for drinks. Happened to find a few just lying around, actually. You know what that means. Two fabulous drag queens there who did bingo to win a cruise. It was so serious and intense. It really was. It was so funny. No, I didn't win anything. I was absolutely robbed and devastated about that, I've got to say. There was dancing. Oh, and then there was like they were doing like a show, and then they asked for volunteers. And I don't know if I volunteered or someone volunteered me, but I ended up being up on the stage with them. And there were three of us, and it was just horrendous. I was mortified. They basically gave us a character, a singer, and a song, and we had to just perform it. So I had Dolly part of 9 to 5. I didn't have the right kind of props, or anything. So I tried my best. I came second, 2 out of 3. That's middle. So I didn't win, but I didn't lose. And then they gave me more drinks for that. So it was a really good, fun evening. Travel agents had the opportunity to ask lots of questions. I had the opportunity to just get wrecked and dance a lot. And I stayed over in Southampton that night and then went to school the next day. I wasn't in a very good mood, if I'm honest with you. But look, it was great. Now then, last week, Matthew and I went to Salou, northeast Spain. And this was supposed to be like a week off, no or minimal vlogging. Now, I felt like I did minimal vlogging on this land-based trip. I really did. But part 1's already like an hour. And I have to have that ready for this Wednesday. So I'm going to make sure that's ready for you. We stayed at a hotel called the H10 Vintage. Recommended for those 16 years of age and above. So just made that, of course. Rooftop pool and bar. Lovely big pool on the ground floor, just warm enough for me to get in and not freeze me heebie-jeebies off too much, you'll be pleased to know. And the hotel was in a great location, 6-minute walk to the beach, about 15-minute walk to Portaventura theme park and Ferrari Land. We happened to spend the middle section of a week actually staying in one of the Portaventura hotels as well, just for easy access, just for no, I'm not singing Dolly Anne-Marie, you naughty little thing. No. Yes, Undrunkable Jamie failed a little bit, Cheryl, but only a little bit. Those of you who don't know, I am undrunkable. That night, I would say I was animated rather than drunk. Animated, maybe a little bit too much. That we had amazing weather all week, by the way. It reached 27 degrees Celsius about 3 or 4 days in, so it was really warm. Lovely beach, actually, very near to the marina. We took a boat one day to Cambrius, which is a gorgeous little town. Did all the roller coasters, of course. My favorites being Shambhala and the launch coaster, which you might have seen on my channel. It was an extra vlog that I put out yesterday. It's a very short one. But I thought it was quite fun. So it's actually on-ride footage of me and Matthew on Europe's fastest and tallest roller coaster. It was great fun. I think it's about 112 miles an hour and 367 feet in height. I've been on faster, I've been on taller, but this is really unique because it's built quite high up in terms of its elevation. So you feel higher than you actually are. Beautiful coastal views as well. So it was good. We found some really good eateries, some great cocktail bars. I hope you enjoy the vlog when it comes out. It should be a nice, chilled, relaxed one, good fun. Yeah, we'd go back. And I know Salou sometimes gets a bit of a bad reputation, doesn't it? In fact, when we were there, someone messaged me and said, is it really like Blackpool? Now, I like Blackpool. But certain parts of Blackpool are definitely run down, are they not? And I didn't find that in Salou at all. And also, I think there were some better eateries in Salou, some Michelin-starred ones as well, believe it or not. And the whole coastline is very pretty. So It was good. We'd go back. We absolutely would. Right, now back to I Know Him So Well. So the cruise line and cruise ship we booked 3 weeks ago that I was going to talk to you about a couple of weeks back, but then I got cut off, is indeed Virgin Voyages. It strangely booked before I was invited to go along to that event. And it'll be Resilient Lady. So sailing from Portsmouth to Amsterdam, an overnighter there and back. I'm really excited about this one. I love Virgin Voyages. It's been a few years since I've sailed with them, and it'll be Matthew's first time on board. I might get a cheeky little tattoo done on board as well. You never know. I know some of you are like, don't get tattoos, Jamie. I mean, I have. Do you know I've got one here? I've got one here, and I've got one back here. I don't know if you're aware of this. Keep them pretty well hidden. I want to get something nautical to mark my end of education career as I move into vlogging. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see what happens. Right, we are 25 minutes in, which means I am on schedule. I haven't said the word yet. So I'm going to actually have a shot, if you don't mind, just to celebrate the fact that I win. I win. Who won, by the way? The just have half shot. Who won? I'll have to go back and check that. Who wins the Lifetime of Prestige? I'm sure the first person you posted, can't remember who it was now, actually got it right. Right, so here's a cheers to you all, and then get ready with your questions and your shout outs. If you've got a question for me, you're going to capitalize question. And oh my God, we're only at 164 thumbs up. Normally we're about 200 by halfway mark. Please help me. And if you, yes, shots, hola. If you have a shout out, please put that in capitals as well. No doubt they'll start appearing by the time I finish this. Cheers, everybody. Darling, 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 darling. There we go. Oh, it still burns. Yes, I'm drinking. I did do it down in one pour. Thank you very much. Right. Lucy's mum says your roller coaster vid was scary. Oh, I'm so sorry. It was. I absolutely bricked myself the first time. We won it 3 times. The second time I loved it. The third time I was like, arms up. Yes, let's do this. Question from Natasha. I'm going to Canada and New York on a cruise solo. Is it easy to walk around New York? Just nervous about it. Oh, I mean, New York is set out, I think, very strategically, isn't it, with its avenues and so on. And we found it very easy to walk around. We didn't take the underground, the metro, the first day at all. We walked everywhere, and then eventually our legs were caving in. So day 2, like, okay, let's find out how to use the metro. I mean, it's so easy, and it has AC on the trains that we were on as well. It's difficult, isn't it? Because I can't talk on your behalf as a woman, how it feels for you when you're solo or walking around a very large city. What I can say for my point of view, and we had to walk through the Hell's Kitchen area back to our pier and ship. Matthew and I didn't feel unsafe in New York once. Not once did we feel that. And of course, you have to be aware of your surroundings, and good to not be in places where it's very quiet at night, for example. It was easily accessed on foot, although a lot of walking. I definitely do recommend perhaps the odd Uber or taking the underground, but it was easy in my opinion. And I'm not great at finding my way around places either. Let me know how you get on with that. I'd love to hear. Karen, Fred, oh my God, yes, sir. Many thanks for your recommendation. Fred, cruise staff for sure. We try very much harder. Brilliant. Oh, so Karen, you've been on Fred also, I take it. I thought you were insinuating that might be the other cruise that's on my schedule later this year once I've ironed out a few things. I'm really pleased you enjoyed it. They are superb. I've always had great cruises with Fred. Even Matthew likes Fred. He loved the service. We love the food. Cabins are spacious. Even if they are older ships, the pools have water, Ambassador, and they're heated, Ambassador. Love it, love it, love it. Haley's trying to get me to say the D word, but cheers to you as well. Lucy's mum, I'll be on Resilient Lady on the 27th of August to Zeebrugge at Bruges for this year's hen party with Lucy and co. Well, have a great time. You'll be on it before me. No Malef update, Commodore Steve. As I always say, I mean, I talked about Malef for the whole of the last live, so I'm not going to do that again today. But, I am creating a vlog about that so that people can watch it and stay up to date with it rather than always feeling like they need to check in on it. But as I always say, I will always tell you as soon as I get any information. I will tell you. Thank you for the other thumbs up. We're nearing the 200 mark, which makes me feel much better about myself. Susie, skull and crossbones tattoo. I hadn't considered that. I wouldn't say it's high up on my list of tattoo designs, but never say never. Maybe one of you could come up with a nice nautical design for me. I want to have it just here, right here on my arm. Okay. You know, when people say to me, "Oh, but what are you gonna feel like when you're older?" I'm like, I don't know. I probably won't care, to be honest with you. And as I get older, I'm getting very cold. Actually, I've noticed. So I'll probably be covering up all my body, my skin, so no one will see it. Who's going to see that when I'm older? Who's going to care about that when I'm older? Not me. Karen, are you ever going to Alaska? Oh, it's on my list, Karen, for 2025. That doesn't mean I've booked it, because you, of course, would know, but it's on my list. Anybody want to take me to Alaska? I don't think Matthew wants to go. If anybody wants to come to Alaska, take me to Alaska. Just let me know, please. How is your mum? Sherry. Sorry, Sherry. I still get that wrong, don't I? Mum is fine after her stay in hospital. Thank you. I would say a bit confused still, and struggling to make a faster recovery. But I appreciate you asking, and as always, I will always pass on everybody's good wishes, well wishes to her. So she's okay. I think I would go as far as saying. Johnny, did you book your New York flight back yourself? No. So for the Cunard Transatlantic, what I did was I actually phoned Cunard on this occasion. I normally do everything myself on the website, but there were a few things I wanted to check on and have in place. So they organize the flight for me, and they tell you over the phone who it's with and time and where you're flying from. So it's with Virgin Atlantic from JFK. The good thing is they also organize the hotel that I'm staying in. They're organizing the transfers from the pier to the hotel, and they're also going to collect me. I say they, I don't know who they is. Some random is going to collect me from the hotel and take me to the airport as well. So it was just really quick and easy to do all of that online, over the phone with a representative, and they did it very speedily. They do have to contact the flight department, but it didn't take very long. And so that would certainly be my recommendation, because otherwise they just put you on a flight on the day you arrive into New York automatically if you do it online. And I wanted the flight a couple of days later so I can have fun in New York. Devon Deckchair, question: have you ever witnessed a punch up on board a cruise ship? No, never. When I read about that sort of thing, I'm always like, oh my goodness me, really? I've never witnessed it. I've witnessed some very I'd say not very, partly aggressive adults after a few too many drinks, where they've been a bit leery, but not with other passengers. I did once, which P&O ship was it on? I felt like there was a lady who was very intrusive with me at one point, who she was very, very drunk, and she was literally like slobbering. And I remember her coming over to me. I don't know what she was saying. I said, "Oh, you're right, having a nice time, yeah." And she like puts her head up on my shoulder. She starts doing this, and she's got saliva pouring out of her mouth. That wasn't very nice. So I basically, in the end, told her where to go, and she was a bit upset with me. So no, I've never seen any fights. I tell you, I have seen, naming no names, I've seen some cruise vlogger couples have arguments on ships, and I remember one couple were arguing about setting a scene and the shots and stuff. They were really going at each other. And I remember thinking, oh, I'm glad I do this solo. Could be the end of any of those cruise vlogger relationships. You never know. I'm always wondering what happens if they split up. Who gets the channel? Who gets that? What do you reckon happens in that? Does anybody know what happens in that situation? I'm not willing that on for anyone. Of course I'm not. But what does happen? Right, I'll get in trouble. I always get in trouble, don't I? I've just got such a big mouth on me. Samuel, do you like your students? Samuel Davis. Yes, I do. I think my students know, for as much as I'm very strict as they come through the school system, once they get into year 9, 10, maybe 11, and they get to know me a lot better, I think they know that I have the utmost respect for them. There's a really nice there's a nice vibe with the year 11s that I've taught for 5 years. It's really nice. And I think if I ever get upset with one of them or challenge one of them, they are like really taken back and don't like it at all, because they know me so well. Yes, of course I like my students. I wouldn't have taught for 25 years if I didn't like working with young people. They're easier to work with than the adults at school, if I may be so bold as to say that. Is that all right? Am I allowed to say that? Right. Moving on. Oh, no, I've scrolled down too far. You know I always do that at some point, don't you? Damn it. Oh, gosh, I missed so many. Shelley, had a few too many drinks, drinky poos last week. Hope you didn't poo in those drinks. And booked MSC Yacht Club. Oh, fantastic. Is it worth it? Of course it is. Have you not watched me in Yacht Club? I bloody love it. It doesn't feel like any other cruise line. It doesn't feel like MSC either when you're in the Yacht Club. It just is so relaxing, and the service is so attentive. You can get to the cruise terminal so early as well, and then they'll just do all the work. They'll take you through, they'll seat you, someone will come over with an iPad, they'll do all the checking in, they'll give you bubbles, they'll escort you on board, and there's no looking back after that. Please do keep those thumbs up coming, please, folks. We're doing all right, actually, but we need about another 90 until my self-esteem is restored. Bon bon voyage. We love to go to New York because we can walk everywhere and take the subway. Subway, thank you. I said underground metro. Apologies. You walk 12 miles the first day. Yeah, I agree exactly with what Bon Bon Voyage is saying. I just think it's easy accessed. I really do. Millie says, do you think Cunard will start leaving from Liverpool now? I doubt that. I'm not aware of cruises that they have coming up where they're leaving from Liverpool. Do they not sometimes go to Liverpool? I'm not sure. But I don't necessarily think that that's on the cards, if I'm honest with you. Maybe I'm wrong. Daisy, I was in New York recently and I felt completely safe. Was staying on 6th Avenue. Thank you. Oh, that's the avenue I'm going to be on, Daisy. This is very helpful that you're all giving your opinions on New York. I appreciate it. Oh, Ben, that's a great question. Why were you not on the bloggers cruise on Aurora? Because, Ben, I wasn't invited. That's why. I think some of those vloggers are not very keen on me, to be honest with you. And that's absolutely fine by me. It really is. I wouldn't have been able to do it anyway because I was at school. But no, there were quite a number of us vloggers that weren't invited. I had people message me asking me if I'd been invited and did they know why they weren't invited? And I'm like, I haven't got a clue, I'm afraid. I really don't know. It's okay. I've got my friends. I'm fine. I promise you. I'm sure they had a lovely time. Alan, do you feel Yacht Club on MSC is worth the extra fare? Well, it depends how much you're paying and how much you're willing to spend on that as well. It really does. When I did my bid and I was successful in that, this was 2 MSC cruises ago, I felt that I paid very little actually. And what I paid was essentially the same amount as a drinks package. And you know, you get all your drinks included in the yacht club anyway, and you get to take a bottle of Belvedere home if that's what you want. So it was, for me, it's worth it, but it depends on how much extra. You know, I think for me, I paid about £300 extra for yacht club, and it was totally worth it. But I had a really good deal. It was a quiet cruise, you know. I think bidding is the way for yacht club if you can, personally. Lucy's mum, I like Olsen as well. I've cruised on all 3 of their ships. Fabulous. I think they're awesome. Anne-Marie's going in 3 weeks. Woohoo. I'm woohooing for you as well. Diffident Vixen. Ooh, I like that name. My wife and I are going on Iona next year. What are your thoughts on the retreat area? Is it worth buying access? Love your blogs. Thank you. You're very welcome. Thank you. It depends where you're going. Where are you going? And what time of year? So if you're going to the fjords, let's say, and you're going in, I don't know, May, you might not get very good weather. You might not want to use that space much. I feel the retreat on P&O is a nice space. I just don't feel it offers a great deal for me compared to some of the other cruise lines. And I'm much happier in the adults only pool section just before you get to the retreat, so I can have quick access to the pool. If you're on, I don't know, a hot cruise, if you've got lots of sea days, I think that might make it more worthwhile. I did actually, when I was on Iona, a few years ago, vlog from the retreat. We did buy a half-day pass just to see what it was like, and I think Matthew and I both agreed it wasn't something we necessarily felt like we need to do again. But have a look at the vlog. I do a tour, show you around, see what you think. Okay, and what does everyone else think about that? Drop your comments below, please do so. Flo says, do you use a travel agent to book your cruises? Or I always book directly. I do have travel agents get in touch with me now and then asking whether we could work together, and at the moment I haven't done that. I just haven't felt like the offer has been right, and obviously if I were to do that and I thought they were great, and I really hope that they are, if I ever do that, I'd want to be able to offer everyone else that experience for discounted prices, you know. Otherwise there's just no point me doing that. I want to make sure you all get that experience and that discount, and that opportunity hasn't presented itself in the way that I would like at the moment. I know other vloggers have their own TA, but I don't feel like I need to do the same as everyone else, if I'm honest with you. And I would only do it if it were the best service. I would absolutely expect to receive the service myself first, and if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be promoting it to anybody at all. So that's kind of like where I'm at with TAs at the moment. So nothing much to report there other than I booked direct still. Sorry about that. Johnny, sea turtle. What are we referring to there, Johnny? Tattoo. Sorry, Johnny. Tattoo. You've got me. Linda, Popeye tattoo. Yes. Okay. Anita, ship's wheel tattoo. Ooh, nautical themes all around. Margaret, tattoo the old Westwood TV ship. I don't even know what that looks like. I'm trying to remember what that looks like. Westwood. I know I'm of the age, but my memory has failed me quite clearly. Karen, cruise from Vancouver and we can meet up. Well, Karen, it's funny you should say that, my love, because that's definitely on the old list. So watch this space, okay? And Vancouver is somewhere I've said it many times. I love to go there. I would absolutely love it. So maybe we will meet up. Prue have a 5-pointed star tattoo. They were considered good luck by sailors. Oh, I didn't know that. Gosh, I feel like some of you could do some designs for me. Can we have like a competition? Lorraine, maybe an anchor or ship's wheel. Now, I found some not traditional anchors, actually. I always say, be careful why I say that, especially after a few shots. Anchors, And they were quite cool, some of them, a bit more modern take on them. I quite liked it. We'll see. Haley, question: going to Norway in March 2025 on Aurora with my mum in search of the Northern Lights. Fabulous. That's what I'm doing this year with Princess. Are the trips worth the money with P&O, or best to do yourself? So my view on that is go on to Get Your Guide, put in your dates and the place you're going to. It will come up with everything that is available for you. It might, and then compare it with what P&O are offering. Very often, the Get Your Guide ones, for example, are cheaper, or whoever you go through. P&O are using the same companies, and they add on a bit extra. Be a little bit careful if you're going on an excursion and you've organised it independently. You want to have some clause there that says if you don't dock, they'll give you your money back. So you want to check that. I think that's really important to do. You don't want to be losing out on money with that sort of thing. And also, there needs to be some clause that says guaranteed to get you back to the ship by whatever time. I think if you're heading really far afield from the port, the ship, I would be more inclined to do it with the ship company because I'm a wimp. But yeah, Matthew and I have a blend of doing things independently through other companies like Get Your Guide and sometimes the ship's company themselves. Sorry, I'm not sure that's very helpful. I hope so. Sometimes I'm talking and I'm thinking, if I answered the question, is that even helpful? Or they're just going to go, nah, I'll ask somebody else. I wouldn't be surprised. Mandy, sending your mum lots of love. Thank you. That's very kind of you. And I will pass on your good wishes as well. Kevin says Popeye Jamie. Cheryl says Blue Peter ship. Marissa, a manatee or sand dollar? Oh, a manatee. I've actually seen manatees in the wild in Florida. It was such a beautiful sight. It really was. Oh, Lucy's mum has a question to at Travel Blog Jamie. Who is that? Who are you asking questions of? Will you consider a group cruise on Margaritaville in the next 2 years? I've been asking one or two other British YouTubers. Do you know anyone who'd organise it? Probably not me, if I'm honest with you. Although I do like the songs. I don't know if it's my kind of cruise ship, to be honest with you, or vibe. And I think if I were going to organise a group cruise, I probably would do something better known to begin with, if I'm honest. So no, I'm really sorry. I don't know anybody who's organising that. Sorry. Why don't you organise one? I think you would be great at doing it. Anne-Marie, you are so funny. Oh, am I? I try my best for you. Mandy says a compass tattoo. Melissa says lol. Melissa, are you saying lol in terms of a tattoo that says lol, or a lol at something else? Come on, Melissa. Can I just say, everybody, this is Melissa, who I believe is going to be on the Queen Mary 2. Imagine. Elaine, there was a rumor on our last Britannia cruise that a woman had killed her husband. I don't know anything about that, Elaine. I've not read anything about that. Sorry, I hope she hasn't done that. But no, I don't know anything about it, I'm afraid. Sorry. Right, I've scrolled too far. Here we go. What's Melissa wondered as well? Melissa said, lol, I've wondered that too, but I don't know what she's referring to. Rose, on Voyager 2 weeks ago, a passenger was attacked at a silent disco. Well, as I always say, these silent discos aren't so silent, are they, my loves? They're really not. Gosh, I wonder what that was all about. Lorraine, tattoo a drunken sailor with a bottle of Belvedere. Oh yeah, a pirate with a bottle of Belvedere. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh look, we're on the 69 trail. 69 thumbs up to go. Sorry, I said that out loud. Daisy, that'll be one whose mouth always wide open on everything. I don't know what Daisy's referring to. What's going on? What's going on in the chat? What's happening? Anne-Marie says, they know they can't compete with you. They're lost. Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Honestly, I'm just so not bothered at all. I'm really not. I wish them all very well. I really do. I really do. James, as I say to you, don't I, folks? I'm just keeping my head down. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my own thing. I don't like competition. Some of that group are very competitive with one another, I know, behind the scenes. I'm just not interested in it at all. I'm going to keep doing my thing. And the most important thing to me is engaging and chatting with you, lovely, lovely, lovely people. That's much more important to me. It really is. James, glad you're not going on the vloggers cruise. You're by far the best. Oh, and love seeing your content. I travel so much for work and get to see the world. That's good. I love watching your videos. Fabulous. Pleased to hear it. Millie says MSC Yacht Club is worth every penny. The service is amazing. I would agree. I just don't know how much my limit is, if I'm honest with you. Cheryl, Ambassador are doing, shiver down the spine. Ambassador are doing spend the day on board for £39.95, refunded if you book a cruise that is in Liverpool. Are you tempted? No. No. I think it's a great idea. That's a great incentive of them. Very clever indeed. So kudos to them for that. But no, I'm not going near Ambassador for the time being, shall we say. I'll give myself maybe 2 or 3 years and I might consider it again. Give them time to bed in a little bit more. Please do keep those thumbs up coming. I feel like I can be very open with you tonight. You do ask me some challenging questions though. You know, I don't want to give you a rubbish old answer. I really don't. Marissa says, vloggers, why would you want to be everyone's cup of tea when you could be an iced coffee? Oh, I love that. The thing is, Marissa, my love, you know I don't try and be everyone's cup of tea at all. Absolutely not. I've always said that. I'm not for everyone. I've got my friends in the cruise vlogging world. And actually, there are some lovely travel vloggers and bloggers out there. And journalists who I've got to know more recently as well. People always feel it's just cruise vloggers, and there's a massive world outside of cruise vloggers and their competitive nature, which doesn't interest me at all. So there's more people out there, you know, but I love that. Yeah, I had a nice coffee today. It was gorgeous. Nicola, I managed 2 breakfasts on the Borealis last week, inspired by you. Oh, did you go? So for those of you who don't know, on Fred Olsen, they do a kind of like a light room service breakfast. Then they've got like a brunchy type place, poolside, which is brilliant. And then they've got the main dining room. So you could actually, in theory, go, and the buffet. You could have 4 breakfasts quite easily. I managed 2. And it looks like I'm not the only one who managed 2. Was it good though, Nicola? That's the important thing. I hope you really enjoyed it. Millie you had your bid accepted for MSC. I'm very pleased to hear that. Excellent. James says, have you considered doing a Belmont adventure like the Rocky Mountaineer, Orient Express, or South America? Yes, I have. It's also on my list. My list is so long. It's like, how do you do all of these things? I think all 3 of those ideas, James, are fabulous. And yes, I have thought about them. It comes down to time and cost at the end of the day. If anybody would like to take me on any of those adventures, I'm a very good guide and I'm good at pouring drinks as well. That's about it though. I can't do anything else. Lucy's mum enjoyed your Virtuosa video to beloved Bruges, but decided a big fat ship isn't for me. Well, that's why I think they've got Yacht Club as well, to try and cater for other people. Karen loved the beachcomber pool on Iona. Yes, that's my favorite little spot there, actually, Karen. One of my favorite spots, should I say. Really nice adults only area. Margaret says, thank you, Fred fans. Can't wait. We'll get in training for the breakfast. Yes, you need training for the breakfast. But it's right, stuff like little bit by bit, you know. Spread out your eating over the whole morning. Move into brunch, move into lunch gracefully. Glide your way through those breakfasts. Look at that, look. It's almost like I've done it before. And you'll be fine. Diffident Vixen, thank you so much for your reply. You are very welcome. We're going to the fjords in September. We'll probably give the retreat a pass. Fjords in September. I presume you got two sea days. The rest is port days. I don't know that you would need it personally. I personally wouldn't for that one. But Margaret says, "Lol." What are you laughing at? Edward said, "Tattoo of iced coffee cup." That's a good idea, actually. I never thought about that. Ben says, "Thank you for the answer." You are very welcome, Ben. Of course, ask and you shall receive. I try to be honest, even when those questions may be challenging or more orcs. Hashtag orcs. I don't mind the orcs, to be honest with you. Linda, that's what makes you the best vlogger, because you do your own thing. I do my own thing. I don't know what the others do. I don't want to compare myself either. I used to compare myself constantly. And I think I was better at vlogging the minute I stopped doing that. And I just was myself and I wasn't listening to what other people were saying I shouldn't do. It just works better for me, you know? So thank you. I appreciate that. DSA 1998 saw two old blokes fighting in one of the ship's tenders. Oh, wow. They didn't have much space then or anybody around them. Off, walk the plank, I'd say. Hopefully they were kicked off as well, actually. Not into the sea, obviously. I'm not saying that. Or maybe I am. Probably like to see it. Don't forget to keep those thumbs up coming, please. We need 56 more. Nicola, have you used Get Your Guide in Barbados? Well, no, I didn't. And the reason is, and I think they have Get Your Guide in Barbados. When I don't know if you saw this vlog, folks, but a couple of years ago, I went to Barbados on a solo trip. I had a very short, small window between cruises. And I'm like, I'm just going to go. And I stayed there for 4 nights. And of course, you've got the night flight back. So like 5 nights in total. And I just wanted to relax. And it's very unlike me to go somewhere and not travel around and see much. So I didn't use Get Your Guide. I was very much hotel bound. There was this beautiful little Caribbean village nearby, coastal walks, loads of snorkeling, saw lots of turtles. I know people go on excursions in Barbados to see them. They were everywhere in the sea where I was. So I was on, was it Dover Beach? I can't quite remember the name now. It's in the vlog. So I didn't use it, but I would use it if I were being a bit more active and less lazy. Paul Green says, "Oh, you, Mr. Green, you nearly had me say that out loud then." He's got a W followed by an anchor. Lol. Yeah, I bet you are laughing. I know Mr. Green's very naughty, by the way. I've met Mr. Green. Very, very badly behaved. I see you. Kame Cooper, I must jump off. Hugs. Nice to see you, Coops. Can you please get back to me about the one-to-one? Thank you. I messaged Mark. Sorry, everybody. William is doing thumbs up in the chat. Sarah is doing thumbs up in your chat. Get your likes in. Absolutely. Lucy's mum, I've got a scary grizzly bear. Where's this going? Tattoo on your upper right arm. Oh, I'm sorry. You're funny. Okay. Not very nautical, I would say. Not necessarily what I'm going to have. Cheryl says, I once saw a drunk guy screaming at a staff member at breakfast for goodness sake. Oh, I completely missed the drunk at breakfast party. That would never happen to me, obviously. Yeah, that's quite mean, isn't it? Yikes. Nicola loves the idea of a group cruise. I mean, the one I'm doing on the 24th of August on Aurora is an unofficial group cruise. It's a 3-nighter, leaves from Southampton. Y'all welcome to come along. Of course you are. Chivs is off on Avia Sunday around the Med. Any restaurant must do on Avia? I hope you've seen my vlogs because I went to every single restaurant on Avia. I really like the plant-based restaurant, actually, Green & Co. It didn't seem like it was some of it was going to be my kind of thing, and I bloody loved it. I really did. I love Sindhu. Everyone knows I love Sindhu. I love the Keel and Cow. Like if you're on a med cruise, you've got 2 weeks. You've got time to go to all of them. Actually, that's probably what I would do. But those are my highlights, if you don't mind. Oh, I've scrolled too far. I'm back. Haley, thank you, Jamie. That was so helpful. I'm a wimp too, so I think I'll go with P&O trips. Okay. It's my first cruise, so better safe than sorry. Yes, I don't blame you. I think some of those trips might be quite pricey given where you're heading, but I hope you find something that you like. Michael says Captain Pugwash tattoo. Oh, it's like being on one of the Facebook groups, isn't it? Who's the captain at the moment? Captain Pugwash is what people say. Chortle, chortle, lol, 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 ruffle, ruffle, ruffle. Julie says you should have a tattoo that says, "My dart." I'm not saying it. No, you nearly got me again. You lot are badly behaved tonight, aren't you? Where do you get this poor behaviour from? Scott, what kind of merch are you planning? We'll get them added onto my Christmas list. Okay, so those of you who are on Instagram will notice that when I was in where was it, Tiger, the Tiger shop this week, they had this little planning board and it's on glass, and I'm like, oh, I love that. So I just wrote out what I needed to do, and one of the things is the merch shop. I don't know if it's a merch shop, more a cruise shop, and you might be aware Matthew actually made loads of designs for me a year ago, and they're so cool. They are so retro arama. I love them. I don't know if he's still got them. I hope he's still got them. He'll probably say to me, oh, they're not good enough now. So people have been asking forever about having merch things. And actually, I want to get some because I do giveaways on Instagram 2 every month. I want to be able to include some of those as well. So, but I'm going to actually be doing these little cruise hampers as well, i.e. things to take on a cruise with you, like all in one place, but Jamie style things, you know, so you can imagine what will be included in those hampers, can't you? So some of the merch will be clothing, some will be like mugs and pens, that kind of stuff, water bottles, oh my goodness, I've forgotten, stuff, caps, towels, all that kind of stuff. Some of it will have my sayings on, some of it will have pretty little pictures, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe it won't go anywhere, and that's fine, but that's something that I'm going to work on. And I'm working on it because I get asked about it every day. I've been asked about it every day, multiple times sometimes, for like the last year or so. So ask and ye shall receive, but if it's all right with you, it'll be in my own time because I want to make sure it's right. I'm not just going to, oh gosh, I've seen some terrible merch. Sorry. Some, just a couple of vloggers, some of the merch is just awful. I wouldn't be seen dead wearing it. So I'm going to take my time if you don't mind. This is why I wasn't invited on that trip now, you see, one of many reasons. Alison, oh, in response to Haley, did that cruise but on Orion a few years ago as a trip to see, it was about midnight, or a trip at midnight. Yes, so you go on a P&O trip. That I would understand. Absolutely. Tony, how about a tattoo homage to your signature song? You're not the first person to mention that, Tony. Which signature song are we talking about? Is it the one with the cheeks? Because that's going to make it onto some of my merch. I'm not sure I want that on my arm. Can you imagine? One cheek, two cheeks, rah, rah, rah. Or I can have a, oh no, you only got two cheeks, rah on one, rah on the other. Where would the other rah go? No, let's not even go there. Let's just not go there. I went there. Thumbs up for Jamie, please, says Linda. Yes, thumbs up for Jamie. We've still got 42, look, and we're running out of time. We've got about 8 minutes. Haley is saying, oh, and thank you to people. It's so nice when you help each other. I love it. You're such a lovely little community, aren't you? It just makes me all warm and centered. Devon Deckchair. Yes, Jamie. Stay as you are. Brilliant. You don't need the hassle. Oh, God, no, I don't. I absolutely don't. Believe me. I ain't being a hypocrite. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'll let other people be hypocrites. Sandra, we're off to Alaska over Easter, April 2025, going on Norwegian Bliss. You're more than welcome to tag along. That's very tempting. That's actually what we were going to do this Easter just gone until they changed all the itinerary. I've mentioned that before in previous lives. Josh, what about getting a tattoo of the first ship you and Matthew went on together? Oceana. Ooh. I don't want P&O tattooed on me anywhere, if I'm honest with you, but it's a nice idea. It is. Commodore Steve has subscribers. I'm very pleased to hear that. Carry on Ken. hoping to go on Celebrity Apex in October. Knitting needles crossed. I would actually, I do need to go back on Celebrity. I think I see mixed reviews, but Apex is a ship that I think looks fabulous. So I would be very tempted. Devon Detcher, I'm 50. Can I get a seagull tattoo? You've seen some brilliant designs. I would like to see these designs of these seagull tattoos. You haven't sold it to me yet, but never say never. Let's see these designs, okay? Stephen, my wife and I just watched your Queen Victoria cruise. Now she has booked the spa. Cheers, mate. I don't know if you're being sarcastic there. The spa on Queen Vic is gorgeous. It really is. I can highly recommend it. Do you know what? I loved that cruise actually, Stephen, and I loved that vlog. I don't normally watch my vlogs back. That's one I did watch back because I was quite conscious of it being a little bit emotive in places. And I wanted to know, like, if I just sort of stood back from it and tried to be totally unbiased, what does that look like? And I think it resonated with lots of people. So I left it as it was. I was happy with it, and enjoy the spa. It's a great one. Steve, is it right that if you book the Save a Cruise option on Cunard, you are restricted to just one restaurant for the duration of the cruise? In terms of main dining room, yes, absolutely. But of course, in terms of the specialities or the other included in your cruise fare eateries, you can eat in them. But the main dining room is on the Queen Mary 2 in a few weeks' time. I had the choice of first sitting, second sitting, or open dining. Now, I'm a saver fare, and I've just put forward my preference. It doesn't mean I'll necessarily get it, though. So that will be my arrangement for the week, whatever they decide. But I'm going to some of the specialty restaurants as well on Queen Mary 2. There's some great specialty restaurants on Cunard. But that would be the same. No, it's not necessarily the same for other cruise lines. I think if you go with fixed dining, if you're saver fare, if you're saver fare, you don't have a choice of which restaurant they put you in or when, whether that's fixed or freedom. So you can't do much about that apart from on the day, go and speak to somebody at the podium at the front of the restaurant, normally in the afternoon, and see if they could change that for you. Sometimes they can do that. Scrolling a little bit, we got people talking between themselves. Oh, the Borealis 2-part breakfast. John says a tattoo of a tube of Pringles. I mean, that's glorious. I'm going to stand out for all the wrong reasons, aren't I? Pauline says, husband suggests you take a trip to Puy de Fou, a great place, and would make a good vlog, we think. Okay, I'd need to look that one up. I'm not familiar with it. Candy is doing billions of thumbs up. God bless you, Candy. Robert, going to Norway in September. The trips are sky high. Yeah. What port tips have you got? Should I invest in a trip? Well, if you watched my Iona Fjords vlog, you'll see I did most things independently. So, I mean, it's going to depend on your itinerary as well. But can I suggest you look at my Iona Fjords vlogs, because I talk through every trip we did there, whether it was independent or not, and the costs and how it all worked out. Stavanger, for example, you can do an independent boat trip up the fjords. It goes just beyond Pulpit Rock. There are waterfalls, there are goats. And P&O offered that trip for double the price. I paid 50. They were, it was double, but I think I might have paid 40. It's not 50. And they were charging about 80-ish from memory. So I know lots of families who did what I did, and they said, thank you, we've saved hundreds of pounds. And then like Oldham, if you want to go up the Low and Skylift, you can do that independently, easy enough. The rib boat rides, I think better to do it via P&O or whatever cruise line, because actually they've got the monopoly that, there's only a couple boats. They don't hold many people. They have the monopoly. So if you don't book through them, you run the risk of not being able to get a rib boat at all. Have a look at the vlogs if you haven't, and then just drop me a message on YouTube if you've got any more questions. Will you do a Facebook giveaway? I won't, Anita, my love. I'm sorry. The reason I do it on Instagram is because I'm trying to grow Instagram, and because to enter the competition of the giveaway, people have to like 3 posts and they have to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm not going to gain that by doing it on Facebook, and I know that probably sounds really clinical, but at the same time, I'm spending my money on all of not all of them, some of those items, and therefore I'm kind of investing in it as well. So Facebook doesn't offer that, but just get Instagram. You don't have to do anything with it. It's so easy. It's one app. You don't have to put your pictures or anything on it. And I do them every 2 weeks, so they're constantly rolling. So it's probably worth just getting the app for that, I would say, because you'll know they'll come every 2 weeks. Cruise hamper must include lots of nibbles. Well, John, it's funny you should say that. They will include nibbles. What have you got? A beach bum in a hamper, says Johanna. Orca tattoo, says Margaret. Wow, sirs. Hashtag gorgeous for a tattoo. I'm not reading that out, Commodore Steve, because I will get banned from YouTube, but you nearly had me there. Yes, Paul's going to see me for drinks in November. I'm very pleased to hear that. But Mr. Green, I've got my eyes on you. Oh, folks, we've only got 27 thumbs up to go. If you're able to do that before we leave, that would be awesome. James says, love the vlogs, heading on to Arvia in 3 weeks' time. Your videos converted a friend of mine to come with me in October on our own around Northern Europe. I'm very pleased to hear that, and I hope you have a great time. Bye, Julie. Take care. Have a lovely week. It's going to be a bit of a busy one. Joy says 6 to 7 days to Alaska cruise. A week in Vancouver after. Oh, how amazing. I would so love that. Hi, Carol. Nice to see you. I think I've actually nearly covered all the questions. I've got about 3 left. And then I'm going to do a summary and a farewell. But if you can keep those thumbs up coming in the meantime, I would be very appreciative. Okay, so Ben says we've been put on British Airways for Arvia Christmas New Year's cruise this year, been upgraded to premium as goodwill gesture about Malif. Yes, I think that's a very good outcome for you. The rest of us who are still waiting for our reef compensation after 5 months, not so good. Chip says you can get a port red and starboard green anchor on each cheek or a propeller. Yes, why not? Oh, you know where else that propeller could go, don't you, Chips? James, good evening, Jamie. We are boarding Arvia on the 7th of July. Can't wait. I hope you have the best time. Tony, lots of rib boats available in Stavanger when we were there last. Yeah, but Stavanger, in my humble opinion, Tony, is not the place to be doing a rib boat ride. You need to be doing it much further into fjords, like Hellesilt, going into Geiranger Fjord and so on. And that's where it's much more difficult to get them. Stavanger, I just personally wouldn't do a rib there. I would save it for more spectacular scenery, personally. Paul Green is trying to get me into trouble again by saying the D word. We've got thumbs up coming. Tattoo of a meat sandwich, says Craig. I like that one, Craig. And let's go with the last question from Oliver. How was your royal suite on board MSC? It was just incredible, and I know some people were like, oh, you're going to say it's incredible because they gave you an upgrade. It's like, well, it was incredible. So the only thing I could probably critique is some people won't like the brown color in the cabin. I don't really have anything else to critique, to be honest with you. And everything else was amazing. I'd never be able to afford it. Ever. I know a few people out there were a bit upset that I got that upgrade, but suck it. Sometimes these things happen. And also some people were suggesting that there were other reasons I got the upgrade without even realizing I have already made 10 vlogs about MSC prior to this cruise. I already have a good relationship with MSC management, and I think some people don't realize that. I work hard with some of the brands who have always been kind to me. It's not my fault they haven't been kind to everyone. What am I supposed to do about that? So I like to think sometimes good things happen to good people. That's not me. Sometimes good things happen to medium to good people. That's probably me. Right. Thousands, Oliver. Thousands. Right, it's time for farewells. So listen, before you go, I'll be back next Monday. I'm not jetting off just yet. And vlogs you can expect this week, a week in Salou vlog on Wednesday, and then the concluding part on Saturday. And then I'll be working on my Queen Anne tour of the ship. I still haven't done that. I thought I'd leave it for a bit of time because obviously a lot of vloggers were desperate to get on the Maiden and get things out very quickly. So I'll let them do all of that, and I'll do that one in the next couple of weeks. And I've also got my Cabana Bay resort tour from Orlando that's coming out as well. So plenty going on. Thank you as always for your company, you gorgeous lot. Darling, 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 darling. It's too late now. It's too late now. I'll see you around online. Take care and be good to yourselves. Be good to your family. Be good to your friends. Be good to your pets. Be good to the strangers on the street. But don't forget strange danger. Bye for now. Big kiss to you. Mwah. See you later. Bye.